Libra, welcome to your June 2023 mid-month reading here. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight in as always. Thank y'all for being patient, by the way, for your reading. My sister just had a wedding this weekend. And, or not this weekend. Today's actually Saturday, but was it Thursday? Yeah, so Thursday, Friday was kind of like my time with them. So anyways, but we're back. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So let's go ahead and jump in. Also, I want to say, if you're newer to the channel, be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus sign. You may find additional messages in those readings, especially with the spreads here that we're doing. So this first row, if you're newer to this channel, is going to be in regards to your career, your ambition, and your goals. Here. Oh yeah, I like it. Leo energy been coming out. That Mars and Venus energy got people fired up. That creative self-expression is happening. People are going for what they want, what their hearts want. I see that that's what you're doing. I think that's what you've been doing too. But the 3 of Wands strength card is like, I feel like you're very optimistic, very self-determined here as well. Forward thinking, also open-minded and very eclectic thinking as well. I see you in your future. If you've been wanting to make progress, I think you will. Actually, I feel like you will with that 6 of Swords. Especially if you've been kind of going through like a rocky period or just kind of like an unmotivated period. I feel like there could be some unique things or unique ideas also that come your way. It just really, it feels more fluid. Like your approach to things. We'll clarify. We'll get more on that. Let's see. The second row is going to be in regards to your relationships. You have the 4 of Cups, the Tower, and the Fool card here. Oh no, what was going on? About to pull some clarifiers on this, Libra, because I kind of feel I feel like there's kind of like something that has maybe took you by surprise, or you may be shocked or something. Interesting. Let's just take a look at this. You have the Tower here in the middle, right, of your relationships. So sudden epiphany, sudden things kind of maybe taking you off guard a little bit. The 4 of Cups being here, it's like maybe you just weren't paying attention, or maybe you were ignoring something, but it's almost as if you really can't ignore it anymore. I don't know. It may be like a certain feeling, or there may be something just in particular that kind of is being brought up and brought to the surface for a reason. It doesn't really feel like anything that's like, negative or like to be afraid of or anything like that. With the Fool card here, though, in the future, it's like there is a liberation. I love seeing the Fool card by the Tower, because it's when we really create our own liberations. It's when we break through our own limitations of what we think and what's going on, or the way things were once structured before when it came to our relationship. So it's either some type of epiphany that you're having, or some type of realization, or some type of spontaneous thing that's happening that's allowing you to kind of break out of that complacent sort of stuck energy that you've been feeling with your relationships here. So let's keep going. We'll clarify, of course. This last row is going to be in regards to any messages from your guides, spirits, any messages from your spirit guides, your guides, or the divine. I cannot think. 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups. 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups here. Some of you may be feeling the worst. It's kind of a little bit similar to Gemini. You may have some Gemini in your chart. Some of you guys need to get back to having fun. I kind of feel like it's like maybe things have just been all work and no play for you. I feel like relationships maybe have done a number on you. I think it's all relationships here. 10 of Swords is when it's just like there's a message here that something needs to change. You're highly aware of it already. The 3 of Cups is like allowing yourself to be more social, be more active, connect with people, connect with your community here, because I feel like that's where like you'll be receiving like that great satisfaction that you're kind of wanting. I don't want to say craving, but it kind of does feel like that a bit with the 6 of Cups. Like you're wanting that sort of deep fulfillment. And I think the only way for that to happen is if you allow yourself to be honest with yourself and be like, all right, well, I have to be open and receptive to these things. Let's keep it going. You got life is an expression of you. Life is more than existing here. I think that's that Four Cups of Tower. The Four Cups can tower can look like this. When you're home and you self isolate and you dwell in your emotions. There's nothing wrong with feeling your emotions and processing your emotions. It's really though when you start to isolate to your detriment, right? You cut yourself off from the outside world, right? The heart chakra closes, and then you just feel stuck. And something comes with the tower that liberates you, breaks the walls that you built, right? It's interesting, and especially with the Fool card because it's the archetype of Uranus, which Uranus is liberation. Right, sudden innovations or something that happens that sort of breaks the Saturnian realm or the Saturnian rings of things that have constricted you or refined you in a certain situation. Right. It's interesting. As I was reading this tower, like the tower is Mars, right? And I was like, well, why would it be Mars, right? So I know Mars can be destructive, but I really started to think about it with astrology. Is that Uranus and Mars are like best friends. Uranus is Mars, or Mars is Uranus's. Sorry, yeah, Mars is Uranus's right hand man. So Uranus sort of, if anybody doesn't know how Uranus, I'm just going to explain this really quickly. So Saturn is our limitations, our restrictions, our boundaries, right? It shows us the reality of things. It teaches us lessons so we can evolve, right? But sometimes things have to change, right? Like you can't do everything that you've always done the same way before. Like sometimes things come in life and it's like you have to learn how to be innovative. And that's where Uranus comes in as the innovator. And you can even visualize it. Uranus, the root word of Uranus, what it means is the heavens above. Right? So think about it. The Earth is sort of like the Saturnian realm, material. Uranus is up in the heavens above, and Uranus needs Mars. Why does Uranus need Mars? Because he needs the energy and the penetration and the inception of Mars to initiate the catalytic event for the innovation to happen, right? And so the reason why I'm talking about this because you have Uranus and Mars here. So it's like maybe you have to do something differently than you've always done before in order for anything to change. Hey, I'm just being real with you. That's it, baby. That's it. You have Venus beloved here. You have some great things I do feel like coming your way. Venus is one of those energies to where it's like it's a benefic, right? So it deals with what we value, but it deals with our ability to be able to enjoy and take pleasure in the things that we value, in the things that we like. It's like enjoyment, like enjoy yourself. Do things that you enjoy again with people. If you haven't been. All right. Courage. Gemini got the same card. So if you do have Gemini placements, I would watch that. Read. But you have the strength card here, which is the same archetype as this card, Leo. And I feel like you're very courageous when it comes to your ambitions and stuff. It's like, but also like having the courage too to like, liberate yourself from certain situations and relationships or how you feel about your relationships and allow yourself to do something different and spontaneous, 'Cause that's the only way you'll really kind of be able to break yourself out of these sort of walls here. You have pathway, passage, and you have this coffin, inevitable. I mean, things will eventually change as always, right? I'm hearing let go and move on. I'm not sure what that's talking about, but, the coffin card and the inevitable card is one of those to where it's like things are always going to end in life. There's always going to be changes in life. It's the change of seasons in life. And when we talk about actually the coffin card, it's actually related to Scorpio because Scorpio rules rebirth, death, and all that stuff, right? And even think about like the fixed part of the fall, when everything starts to die, right? The leaves start falling off. That's Scorpio, right? Scorpio brings death, which really means metamorphosis, change. So you have to let go of things that you have to let go and allow yourself to enter into a new direction. Allow yourself to enter into something new, right? Because after the fall, then it goes to the fixed part of winter, the heart of winter. That's Aquarius. And then it comes to the fixed part of spring, which is Taurus, right? When everything's blooming, beauty, right? Taurus. And then we go to the fixed part of the summer, which is Leo. When things are hot and vibrant. Clarify the Three of Wands, Ten of Wands. Oh yeah, highly ambitious. I feel like you have a lot of belief in yourself. You may be wondering how it's all going to be. It's interesting. You have so much belief in yourself, so much focus too, that with the Strength card and the Nine of Swords, it's like really it's just like managing the thoughts of your mind, and you know maybe becoming overwhelmed by certain things. But it's interesting. It's almost like pressure and anxiety or stress kind of like pushes you in a way here. Like sometimes like certain pressure, like healthy pressure being put on yourself can actually help you evolve or like to move forward, right? Like when there's a deadline, for an example, like it's a fucking deadline, right? We got to get it done. And you can bring about the Nine of Swords energy. Ace of Cups, Six of Swords. You're moving toward fulfillment and enjoyment in your career. Queen of Pentacles here, the Four of Cups. The Tower and the Hierophant. Page of Cups and the Fool card. Really, it's about, Libra, you letting in things. I don't think you're really allowing yourself to feel or to let in anything. Maybe you're feeling ignored too. Maybe too focused on the material things, practical things like career and stuff. But the Hierophant and the Tower is like, there's certain limiting beliefs here. And maybe even like, maybe you're in a relationship you don't even really want to be in. I'm be 100% honest with you. Or you're dealing with some type of certain relationships here. And it's like, maybe it's because it's just like what you're used to. But the Tower is like, the Fool card is the Uranian energies of you break out of convention, right? Especially if it's not serving you anymore and you're not fulfilled. So, and that can translate or correlate to limiting beliefs, right? Because the Hierophant does rule beliefs, higher education, wisdom. It could also point to commitments that you put yourself in. Right? Page of Cups and the Fool card could be something. Page of Wands, definitely some new people coming into your energy or some type of newer innovation here that's going to bring back a sense of inspiration, a sense of morality, or that fire sort of yang energy. So I think you just gotta make your own pivots. Once you make some pivots, it's almost as if the universe just starts, things start to happen. Page of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Nine of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups here. Yeah, I mean, I think you're highly aware of what it is that you would like to invest into as far as like energetically, anything that you want to work toward, whether that's with people in your community or whatever the case might be. You have a lot to offer to the world, and I feel like the universe and spirits want you to get out there and start to give, and you'll be surprised at some of the things that will manifest here for you. I feel like fortune favors the bold. And if you're bold and you go for what it is that you want, you're more highly likely to succeed than acting from a place of timidity, right? Because even sometimes when you're timid, people can pick up on that, right? They can pick up on it. And you can bring out, that's what Robert Greene talks about. You bring out the lion in people who usually aren't even lions, right? So it's like by being bold, by being fearless, going for what it is that you want, right? People admire people who are bold. I'm not saying rude or brash. But confidence, everybody likes confidence. Now, the people that don't like confidence is because they have a problem with their own confidence, right? Sometimes people be like, "Oh, that person's cocky." Maybe sometimes they're really not cocky; they're just confident. There's a difference between cocky and confident. Some people are cocky, but some people are just confident, and people have their own issues with their self-esteem and their insecurity. Will be like, "Oh, that person's cocky." No, they're just confident. And it's reflecting back to you something that you don't like about yourself. I'm not talking about you, Libra. I'm just saying, like, I think when you are bold and confident, people love you. And people love that. Right? And I think maybe you've dumbed down yourself for whatever reason. Maybe people, maybe you have haters, whatever the case might be. And so, maybe it's like put some doubt in your mind. But it's like, you have to, like that. That's always that. Like that's natural. It happens, right? Like, but by just getting back to your bold self-expression and confidence when it comes to your relationships and everything else in your life, I feel like it's like when things really start to magically manifest for you. You got Mars and Venus in your 11th house. 11th, every planet does well in the 11th house. I don't care what anybody says. You can put any planet in the 11th house, it does well, right? You got Mars and Venus there in your 11th house in Leo. There's so much enjoyment out there for you in the world with relationships, with your community, opportunities that will present themselves. But I think it is about moving outside of your comfort zone. I think Mercury and Gemini in your 9th house is what your mind is trying to figure out how to do. So yeah. You have this deal card. And you have this adaption. It's like keeping the promises that you make with yourself. Like, let's just say, for instance, I know I'm kind of just rambling on, but sometimes that's just how it be. Because this is what's flowing through channeled. But, sometimes in life, it's like, we want to make certain changes. We make these promises to ourselves. We'll even write it down. But then we don't do it. Right? We may do it for like the first day, but then, then we start to slack off. Then we don't do it. Then we don't do this. And the next thing you know, we find ourselves in a position to where we're just like giving up on ourselves because we don't keep the promises that we make toward ourselves. And it's like, really, that's where confidence comes from. It's like when you make a promise to yourself to do something, you do it. And it's a muscle of momentum that is built and strengthened, right? Just think about it. When you're on a roll, right? But it's when you start to slack off or when you start to like, I'll do that later. I'll do this later. Maybe next time. I would go approach that person, but I don't really feel like it. Or I want to go hang out, but no. It's like when you let those old habits come back in, right? So I think it's about keeping the promises that you make to yourself. I don't know what I was just rambling. All right, Libra, I appreciate y'all. And yeah, if you want to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. Any question that you have, we take a look at it. The personal reads have been fun. I mean, I've been doing them for a while, but they're always fun to do. So if you want one, I highly recommend you booking one. People have loved them. So yeah, any question that you have, everything is there on the website for you to take a look at. And yeah, if this video resonated with you or you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and I will talk to y'all later.